Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andrew Olsentowski. I'm giving you my UFC Fight Night Blachowicz versus Rakic predictions. Goes down today, Saturday, May 14th, 2022, 7:30 p.m. UFC Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada. 11 fights. Can't say I'm looking forward to much of the card. I mean, it is a UFC card, so it's better than nothing as far as what's on television, but I'm really only interested in the main event. Two top 5 light heavyweights with title shot implications most likely on the line here. I don't know if they want to give Blachowicz the winner of Glover Yuri. I don't know if they would rush him that soon to a title shot. I could see them doing that with Rakic, especially if he has a strong finish in this fight. So I'm kind of hoping we see new blood in there and we see Rakic get this this W tonight. But let's kick off things. Let's kick off things with the first fight of the night. Maximov against Andre Petroski. Maximov currently a -325. Petroski plus 295 on 5 dimes. And I just think Maximov is the better grappler here, man. Andre Petroski is a pretty good grappler, but he gasses really bad. And it's funny, both these guys are, I believe, are of Russian-American descent. So, I guess that just it's kind of interesting. Yeah, he picked up a nice win over Yang Hong, who back in October. Wow, I can't believe it was all the way back then. I thought it was more recent. But he was on the Dana White Contender Series. Maximov, he's looked really good, man. He kind of really impressed me with that win over Soriano. I don't know if I had him picked. No, I didn't. I've picked against the guy both times in his UFC fights. I picked Soriano against him, and I picked Brundage. And I thought he had more of a difficult time with Brundage just because I felt like maybe his conditioning wasn't on point, but Soriano's conditioning looked really on point. I'm going to side with Maximov here. Petroski might be dangerous early, but my pick will be Maximov. Carlos Condolero against Tatsu Taira. This fight was supposed to go down, I believe, a week or two ago. Yeah, it was supposed to go down 2 weeks ago. Got canceled. I think Candelaro was sick or something. I'm going to side with the young Japanese prospect here, man. This guy's 22 years old. He's got a lot of submissions on his record. Yeah, he's fighting a step up in competition in this Carlos Condolero, who I believe is from the Dana White Contender Series. Yeah, he lost a split decision, but Dana White actually let him in off a loss, into the UFC off a loss. But, so yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm going to side with Taira here, man. We need some young Japanese prospects. We don't really have any in the UFC right now, so hopefully Taira is an exciting addition to the men's flyweight division. Verna Jandiroba against Angela Hill. Man, Angela Hill might be going on a four-fight skid here. I believe she's lost 3 straight. 2 losses. She might be going on a 3-loss skid here. Lost 4 out of her last 5. Competition doesn't get any easier. That's the problem here. Angela Hill's a decent fighter, but this is kind of going to be a striker versus grappler matchup. Angela Hill wants to keep this on the feet. Jandiroba wants this on the ground. And I'm going to side with Jandiroba here, man. I'm kind of impressed by her. The longer this fight goes, it probably favors Hill. But I'm going to side with Jandiroba here to win by decision. Michael Johnson against Alan Patrick. Losers guaranteed to get cut. UFC's been really favorable towards Michael Johnson. This guy's on a 4-fight losing streak. I've picked against the guy numerous times. Then I picked against him and he's bit me in the ass. But I'm going to side with Michael Johnson here, man. I didn't really like the way Patrick gassed out against Mason Jones. Then he kind of didn't want to fight Mason Jones again. But if he employs the heavy grappling game, if his cardio can keep up, he's going to win this fight. Johnson wants to keep this on the feet. Patrick wants this on the ground. I'm going to side with Johnson here. No real confidence in this pick. Viviane Araújo against Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee, she's turning around her last couple fights. She's on a nice 2-fight win streak. Nice win over Cynthia Calvillo in her last fight. That was really impressive. That really impressed me. Beat Antoana Shevchenko prior to that. I'm going to side with Andrea Lee here again against Arrojo. Arrojo, I think she gasses out kind of quick, but we're going to see where it goes. No shame in losing it to Chookagian. Jake Hadley against Alan Nascimento. Hadley doesn't have the UFC experience. He's going to get it this fight. I'm going to side with him here, but Nascimento, you know, he's went to decision with Tagir Ulanbekov and that, so, you know, he does have a little bit of UFC experience under his belt, but I'm going to side with Hadley here. Frank Camacho against Manuel Torres. They might be setting Torres up here for a win in his UFC debut. I'm going to side with Camacho, man. Camacho looked like he was in really good shape for this fight. I'm going to side with Camacho, but, you know, it's been a long time since he's shown us something, man. He hasn't fought in 2 years. So maybe he needed those 2 years off, but I'm going to side with Camacho. Jalen Chookagian against Amanda Ribas. I could see Amanda Ribas getting the upset here. Don't have a lot of high faith in Chookagian. She is a top 5 women's flyweight fighter. Amanda Ribas, I don't know why she keeps alternating weight classes here, but I am going to side with her. Or I'm going to side with Chook here to get the win, but I don't know, man. I just don't have a whole lot of faith in Chook when she's ever a favorite. So I'm going to side with Chookagian, but I don't have a lot of faith in this pick. Luis Smolka against Davy Grant. I don't really think Smolka's UFC caliber. I like Davy Grant to get the knockout here. Ryan Spann against Ian Cutelaba. I do like this co-main event. 2 top 15 light heavyweights, I believe. Spann might be on the outside. I know Cutelaba's hovering around the top 15. I like Cutelaba here, man, but, I mean, Ryan Spann is a dangerous fighter. Don't underestimate the guy. He just seems to quit on himself sometimes. Cutelaba brings it, man. This guy's a UFC staple. I really like his fighting style. I think most people do. So I'm going to side with Cutelaba here by first round knockout, but I could see this going into the second round finish. I could see this going in decision as well. So nothing's going to surprise me in this fight. It's going to be action-packed. Main event, Jan Blachowicz against Alexander Rakic. Blachowicz was looking to be a tempting underdog, but he's, you know, he canceled this fight in March due to a neck injury. This fight's been postponed. Rakic hasn't fought in over a year. I'm going to side with Rakic here. He's a younger fighter by almost 10 years. He's shown that he can. This is his first 5-round fight. Blachowicz, I did not like the way that guy looked against Glover. Something was way off in that fight. I don't know what's going on. But this guy's been money as an underdog, and he's returned to his underdog roots in this fight, as he is a plus 170 underdog to Rakic currently, which is kind of surprising because this fight opened, you know, just above pick'em with a slight lean towards Rakic, and it's been inflated ever since, which is crazy because I can't imagine people laying over 2-1 on Rakic against Blachowicz here. I mean, betting wise, it's Blachowicz or pass. I'm not interested in getting involved on Blachowicz. I think this might be Alexander Rakic's time, and I hope Rakic does get the winner of Glover against Yuri, which takes place next month. So I'm going to side with Rakic here. Maybe it is a finish. I could see it going to the decision as well, but my pick will be Rakic. So just recapping my picks, guys. I have Rakic, Cutelaba, Grant, Chookagian, Camacho, Hadley, Lee, Johnson, Jandiroba, Taira, Maximov. And to recap I don't have any bets for this card, but to recap my bets from UFC 274 last week, I went 1-1 for plus 0.9 units. My bet on Carlo Esparza won, which was a really, you know, awkward title fight if you guys watched that. Not a lot of action. And then in the main event, I had Justin Gaethje. And I kind of regret picking Gaethje there, man, just because it's never smart to doubt Charles Oliveira. The guy's money, man. We knew he had a huge submission advantage on the ground. And the fight hit the mat in 3 minutes into the first round, and that was all she wrote, man. It was Justin Gaethje was not getting out of that rear naked choke, man, and he just doesn't have the chin. I mean, Charles gets dropped in all his fights too, but Charles Oliveira he's a dog, man. He survived, and he just pours the punishment on you. So 1-1 on my picks last week, on my bets last week for plus 0.9 units. This week I have no bets, guys, but I will be interesting. I will be watching the main event very interestingly. So thanks for joining me, guys, for UFC Fight Night Blachowicz versus Rakic predictions.